So you got some leftover pizza dough in the fridge, but you used up all your cheese and sauce on your glorious pies the night before. Don't fret, because today I'm going to show you how to make a sandwich that originated in a tiny town outside Naples that quickly became the best use of leftover pizza dough on earth. So please, don't toss that dough, because today we're making Alright, so this is the sandwich that Italy eats when no one's looking. It's called a panuozzo, and it's basically the love child of a pizza and a sandwich. And today, we're gonna stuff that child with a few things, most notably some prosciutto and some fresh burrata. But first, I'll show you how to make a quick pizza dough in case you don't actually have one lying around. First, I've got 300 grams of room temperature water with 1 gram of instant dry yeast mixed in. And to that, I'll add 500 grams of bread flour, which is about a 60% hydration level and perfect for standard home ovens. You can do the mixing by hand, but I already went to the gym today and I'm not looking to be an overachiever. Once it starts to tighten up a bit, I'm adding 16 grams of salt and 8 grams of sugar. Now, if you plan to make this in an outdoor pizza oven, those get way hotter, so I'd recommend skipping the sugar, because the sugar might cause it to burn at higher temperatures. You could also bump up the hydration and use a finer flour like a 00 flour too. Once it's relatively smooth, I'm going to get it into a rough ball and cover it. We're looking for it to just about double in size. This could take anywhere from 3 to 5 hours depending on your room temperature. It should be nice and airy and kind of fun to collapse with your fingers. Now that bulk fermentation is done, we're going to form it into individual 280 gram dough balls. You can go with any balling method that you like. I go with this sort of constant tuck underneath method, and then I roll it around on the board a bit to seal the bottom. We're gonna let this rest for another hour or two, but it's better off in the fridge for 1 to 2 days to develop some more fermenty and complex flavors. This is my quick go-to home recipe, but if you're looking for something a little more advanced, check out my Sari's Pizza recreation video. I'll leave a link down below. Basically, it was the best pizza I've ever had, and I show you guys exactly how I make it without a fancy pizza oven or anything like that. Alright, when you're ready to go, let it come up to room temperature, and then we're gonna press it out into one even thickness. And we don't really have to worry too much about getting a crust on here, so you can push it all the way to the edges, and you could even use something like a rolling pin or a bottle of scotch. At the end of the day, we want it to be pretty thin here. I'd say something along the lines of like a New York pizza thickness. So I'm gonna finish it off by gently stretching it by hand. You can just get a little bit more flour onto it and then just kind of gently rotate it, letting the gravity do most of the work while kind of balling your fist and flattening your wrist out so you can get the most surface area to support the dough and not puncture it. Now I'm getting some good olive oil onto about half of it. This is the time to break out the good stuff. Don't skimp here. This sandwich only uses a couple ingredients, so the better the quality, the better the final product. Then we'll fold it like a book. The oil helps to separate the layers inside, so we wind up with a nice pocket instead of a pita. Then we'll get it into our home oven at max temperature onto a pizza steel. A steel holds temperature better than a stone, and it's sort of my go-to with home baking. Once you get some good browning on the bottom, give it a flip while ignoring the streaks on my oven window. Then after another 5 to 7 minutes, take it out, and we're in the home stretch. Alright, let's open it up and see what we got here. Crispy edges, soft interior, little pockets of steam-blown bread. That's the good stuff. Alright, it's assembly time. Let's start by dressing some arugula with some of our good olive oil that we used before, and a pinch of salt, and maybe some cracked black pepper. And I'm also going to use some lemon to brighten things up a bit. I have one rule, and it's that undressed greens are not allowed in this household. Next, I'm going to layer in some imported prosciutto. It's nice, salty, savory, and we really don't want to be stingy here. While you're working it in there, try and fluff it up to get a bit of volume, because we eat with our eyes first. I swear I had more, but to be honest, I've been picking at it a bit behind the scenes. Just don't tell the producer. I'm the producer. Alright, we're going to follow that up with the dressed arugula. The brightness and acidity is going to be a nice contrast in addition to the textural contrast we're going to get against the savory ingredients and the crunchy bread. Next, I'm going to tear in some fresh burrata cheese. Burrata is kind of similar to mozzarella, but it's softer and has this nice stracciatella, which is almost like a custardy, cottagey cheese on the inside. So yeah, it's sort of like mozzarella, but it's more delicate and softer in texture. And I'm going for a nice even coverage here. If you've been digging the background music, I write and produce all of it myself, and it's available on streaming platforms under the name Jandre FM. And you can download the files for free on my Patreon. No sign up required. My channel isn't big enough for sponsors yet, but on Patreon I'll be posting additional recipes, videos, music, and more. So please consider supporting my content with a membership. I'll leave a link down below. Next, we're going to get on some roasted red bell peppers. You can get the jarred ones or roast them yourself. To make them at home, just char them directly over a burner, get them into a bowl and cover it, then let it steam itself. Then after about 20 minutes or so, peel them and slice. You can get some olive oil in there too. Alright, now I'm going on with a drizzle of balsamic glaze. You could also use hot honey if you want. And we'll finish it off with some fresh, cracked black pepper. And there it is, your very own panuozzo. It's a pizza, it's a sandwich, but most importantly, you didn't throw away that dough. And I'm proud of you. Cut it in half with a swift and confident motion so we don't wind up with a salad all over our cutting board. Oh, the suspense is killing me here. Alright, let's see how we did. Man, that's insane. You know, in hindsight, don't make the pizza. Just make this. The creaminess of the cheese, the saltiness of the prosciutto, and the crunch from the bread, forget about it. Alright, give a like, subscribe. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.